Hi, I'm Olivia Toosberg. Today I will be talking about extending maternity leave in the U.S. Here's my audience. So, as you all know, I have two children, Ethan and Liam. When I took maternity leave, I was working in a factory setting, and I was offered 12 weeks unpaid through FMLA, which I had to be working at the factory for a year to get it. On top of the FMLA, I had to go hand in hand with short-term disability, and that covered my 8 weeks time off at 60% pay due to me having a C-section. Most of this time with my firstborn was spent in the hospital and various doctor's appointments. I had medical issues after he was born, and then he had medical issues and had to do overnight stays in the hospital. So that 8 weeks went really fast. With me taking this 8 weeks that was at 60% pay, my husband was not offered anything. He had to take a week of saved PTO just to stay home, but that left me in the hospital and him missing work. And so I think maternity leave needs to be extended in the United States as a mandatory 100% pay. So the benefits of parental leave: for parents, it reduces mental health issues. You don't have to stress over money. Reduce postpartum depression, reduction in anxiety as well. There's less marital problems. Again, that goes hand in hand with money. Don't stress over money. It takes a lot of issues away. There's less stress during your pregnancy, resulting in lower number of early term births. And returning to work is easier and more productive because you're returning when you're ready and not just when a doctor deems you healed. This information all comes from a website linked in my cited works. For children, the benefits are less infant mortality rates, higher rates of vaccination. Children are being able to be fully vaccinated before they go back to daycare. You extend breastfeeding. We have the time to balance what we need to figure out a schedule. Increase in parent-child bonding. It increases the development of cognitive and behavioral skills. That extended bonding with both mom and dad really helps the children on all levels. So here are the real reasons we need the extended leave, not just medical reasons. So for NICU stays, like with my oldest, he was in the hospital for most of my time. So when I was deemed to go back to work, we didn't get any bonding time. And so I was unable to breastfeed him because I did not have the time to schedule that and work out how that would work. Medical issues for both mom and baby as well. Doctor's appointments. We need the time to bond with our babies. Again, this can help with the breastfeeding. Time to learn the new family dynamic, especially for siblings. If we have to go back to work, our siblings do not get to be together in a family dynamic. They will be at daycare. So siblings working out their hierarchy is needed. Vaccinations for newborns before going to daycare. Daycare is a germ-infested place. If you do not have fully vaccinated children, you're going to bring on new illnesses, and that's where the measles is coming back, because people are choosing not to vaccinate. But if we have to take a baby to daycare who is not old enough to vaccinate, now they are able to get the measles. Figuring out the breastfeeding schedule is super important, and fathers would be able to bond with their children. Instead of just being a provider, they can be part of the family dynamic and learn their place. So how do we fix this? Around the world, maternity leave is offered at a much higher rate than the United States. Bulgaria, at the highest, offers 58 weeks for full pay. Various times, you can read through there. Down to North Korea, 34 weeks at full pay. And then the United States, we offer 12 weeks unpaid through FMLA, which, like I said earlier, you have to be at your place of employment for 1 year. There are only 6 countries that do not offer mandatory paid maternity leave, and the US is one of them. So in the United States, on top of this, out of the 50 states, 13 have taken it upon themselves to offer paid maternity leave up to 12 weeks, and that ranges from 60 to 90% of your pay. Iowa is not one of those. The only thing that is mandatory in Iowa is 12 weeks through the FMLA Act, but paid maternity leave is only offered for government state employees. So again, offered in the USA, 12 weeks unpaid through FMLA, and then hand in hand you get short-term disability. That covers 6 weeks at 60% pay for a natural birth, 8 weeks for a C-section, and there's no mandatory paternity leave. So in conclusion, in the United States, if we treated pregnancy as a gift and the birth as well as a gift instead of an illness or injury that we have to heal from, the mental health of mothers would drastically increase in a positive direction. This could also increase for fathers and children as well. Thank you.